Hello again, everybody. Bob McLean here, your host for this issue of Frank Talk with Gilbert. Thanks very much for showing up. And once again, we're here with the president, the founder, the CEO of Debt Masters, Mr. Gilbert Landriault. How are you today, Gilbert?
Very well, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here again.
Oh, it's a real pleasure having you, too. So, Gilbert, I have a question for you this week. Uh, I'm hearing from some people that for in terms of your credit score, having lots of credit cards is the way to go. And I'm hearing other people saying, no, 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 get rid of all of your credit cards. That's the way to a higher credit score. So here I am. I'm asking you, the expert, what does multiple credit cards have to do with my score? Does it help? Does it hurt? What's the story?
Well, Bob, it's like everything else. There's always not enough information about it, or there's always the wrong information about it. The real thing is this. Some people could be allowed to have 5, 6 credit cards, like other people could have 10. It depends on how much you're making. At the end of the day, it's always 30% of what you're making that you should have, not more. So if you make $100,000, you shouldn't have more than $30,000 in debt, in unsecured debt, because that's when you're gonna start being in trouble. I'll give you an example. You make $100,000 and you have 60,000 of credit card. So that could give you 4 to 5 credit card at the end of the day. And what happens with that is if you pass the 30% utilization of your credit, that's when your scores start going downhill. A lot of time you hear people say, the bank told me, well, you want to build your credit score, here's another credit card, get a credit card. Well, they didn't do the evaluation, and they don't care about it, because if you get a credit card, they make money with you. That's what they want. It's all about making money. So, but they don't explain the small writing at the bottom that if you do have too many credit cards, it will damage your credit. And I have people that comes to us with 8, 9. I had 17 credit card one client. He had over $200,000 in debt and wondered why his score went from 710 to 420, 430. And but he was overspending, and they borrow from one credit card to cover the other until it hits the ceiling, and then now they're stuck to go and do either a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal. The magic number is 30% of what you make. So 30% of utilization of your credit. If you make $30,000, you shouldn't have more than 30% credit card unsecured. Impossible. The magic thing to be really on the right side of the credit system is 2 credit card or 3 and a line of credit of about $5,000-$10,000. Everybody has credit cards of over 10,000 and line of credit of 30,000, 40,000 unsecured. If it's against your house, it's secure against your house. It doesn't damage you because it's secure. It's the unsecured part that will really damage you. Even a mortgage or even a line of credit that's secure and it's at 30,000 and you filled it up, it will damage your credit because you're at max. You're at 100% of that account. A credit card that's 10,000 and you're at 7,000, you lose point. You don't make points. You bring it below 30%, 20%, 25%. You'll see your score change and go back up. But people use credit card because they don't have the means to use their regular income to get what they want. Is it a want or a need? The average is always a want. It was not a need, but they want it now. Playing the big TV, the big everything. So what happens is they pay minimum, and companies that sees that you pay minimum for 4 months, they raise your limit. Again, that's another catch. They raise your limit. Who's going to refuse more money? I don't know anybody out there that wouldn't, but that's what damages you because they don't think of the side effect that it will do to you by going and having that money being raised. If you're 5,000, they raise it to 8,000. Now your score is way out of whack because your utilization just took another jump on the wrong side. And now you say, I pay everything on time, but how come my score still go down? It's because your utilization is too high. And you got to work on that. We have programs for that. We coach the person how to get back on track because, as you know, you could be on a program like going to the gym in January, but by March you're out of there because life gets in the way and you don't have time no more. Same thing with credit. The credit is the same thing. You start doing it on your own, and you don't have a budget. Well, within 3 months, you're back into that bad habit. And then how come my score is going down? So
Oh,
that's what it's all about.
okay, yeah. So if am I hearing this right? It's not really so much about how many cards that you've got. It's the total available credit on all of your cards. Is that really the important part, and the utilization of everything?
It goes by individual, but also by the whole amount that you have. You have a credit card that's 10,000. You shouldn't be higher than 3,000. Even 2,500 is the perfect number. If you have that, you're okay. Because if you have three credit cards and they're all at 20% on that particular card, you're only at 30%. But if you add all three, now you're higher than your 30%. And that's what they do to you. They go by what you have according to your income. So if you pass that 30% on the whole amount together, you get punished. But single wise, you don't. So it works. It's a knife with two sides that cuts on both ways. You do one, then they accumulate the whole amount, then it burns you on the other side because yeah, it beats the utilization of your card. And it's very hard. That's why you have to have a program, and we do have that. We have a 12-step, 12 months program that guides you, and we coach you, and we're not going to let you go until you reach your goal. And that 12-step program can take you almost 150 points on your score within that 12 months
Wow.
period if the client follows the program. Because as you know, we don't spend the credit card of the client. The client has total control of that. And that's what controls your credit score. Plain and simple.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, that's an incredible amount of good information there. I didn't realize a whole lot of those things you're talking about. So I certainly appreciate all of your comments here, Gilbert. So thank you from me.
You're so
So
welcome.
yeah. So folks, if you want to find out a little bit more about how you can get out of your debt crunch, put your debt score on a diet, just kind of almost an analogy to putting your body on a diet. But if you need to find out more, call Gilbert at Debt Masters. Take a look at debtmasters.ca, the website, and ask some questions. Find out about your specific circumstances and what Debt Masters can do to help you get your situation back in alignment again. So, Gilbert, as always, thank you so much. This has been terrific information.
You're welcome, Bob, and thank you.
Okay. And for everybody else out there, thank you for coming to Frank Talk with Gilbert. And we look forward to having you back again next week as well. So, for myself and for especially for Gilbert, bye for now, and we will see you all again next week.
Bye bye.